salty quickie. You know a truism I can't stand? People fear change. A lot of people just repeat it and act as if it's so true and profound. But how true is it really? I mean, what do human beings do but change? Sure, there are some changes that can make people experience anxiety or discomfort, but it's far from a universal human trait. Human beings are constantly changing and adapting throughout our lives. We grow, learn, and evolve as individuals, and our environments and circumstances are always shifting. Change is such an inherent part of the human experience that it's hard to imagine anything else. And people even react with amazement with the unveiling of new technology, new achievements, as we reach new heights. Sometimes literally, like when SpaceX launches a new rocket. We all watch with awe and excitement. Well, at least those of us who aren't named Thunderfoot. People's responses to change are more complex and nuanced than a simple fear of change. The kind of change has a lot to do with it. We like the change of a new job opportunity or a new relationship, but we fear the loss of a job or a serious illness. The fear of losing control can also play a role, especially if someone doesn't feel they can function well in the coming paradigm. That can generally happen when the change is imposed upon them without their input or consent. Change can also imply risk, and humans are naturally risk-averse. Of course, we're also risk-taking when the potential reward is good enough. I've noticed that the people who use this phrase tend to be more on the pessimistic side. It's mostly just a reflection of their own worldview and biases. They emphasize the downsides of change, engaging in what's called FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. They might overestimate the costs, or assume it's inherently difficult or painful. And they tend to overlook how adaptive and resilient humans have the capacity to be. It's also an effective rationalization for inaction. By assuming that people fear change, they can use it as an excuse to avoid making changes or taking risks themselves. This phrase is such a limiting belief, and one that's not based on empirical evidence. On the other hand, people with a more optimistic outlook tend to focus on the opportunities and benefits of change. They emphasize human resilience and adaptability, celebrate the potential for growth and transformation, and encourage experimentation, discovery, and innovation. Yes, sometimes we experience fear, anxiety, or discomfort in response to change, but it's far from a universal human response. Adaptation, growth, and transformation in the face of change is arguably what humanity's all about. So don't be afraid of change, and don't assume everyone else is either.